Hi everyone, today I want to share with you my African violets which I found from Lowe's. They were on clearance. I found them $1 each. As you see, there is nothing happened to these violets and they're healthy. But why Lowe's put them on clearance? Because they finished blooming and they don't look pretty, but they are still alive and healthy. Nothing wrong with this plant. And what I want to tell you, I want to tell for the beginners who wants to grow African violets, they have to start from this kind of violets. They don't pay much. They buy for $1 and they can do all kind of experiments with these violets or even they can propagate, or they can separate them, their babies, if they have suckers in there. They can do whatever they do because they don't pay much for this. If they buy something expensive like varietal violets, it's hard to deal with them, it's hard to propagate them. But these violets which they sell in the stores, it's that kind of violet that everybody can deal with these violets and grow, and they don't have hard time, and they can survive in any circumstances, under any circumstances. And even sometimes you can overwater, or you can leave them dry, over dry. It's very hard to to kill them. Not hard, but they can tolerate everything that in compare with the varietal violets. For what you have to pay attention when you are buying these violets from clearance. You open the violet. Most of time they over dry these violets which are on clearance, or they over water. In this case, they over dry these violets. Why I'm telling you that they overwatered this violet? Because I bought this violet a week ago, and still it's soggy. I will show you the pot. It's in my house. Usually my violets, they get dry very fast. They are soil because heater is running, and this violet soil, you see, it's very soggy. When I squeeze, the water is coming out. They all water this violet, but it's still live. And when you check the bottom, it's nothing happened to this violet. You see, there is no sign of decaying. Even in the store you can check, and if nothing happened to this violet, you can buy this way. Nothing happened to this violet, and it's healthy still, but it's soggy. I will show you some way. If you are scared to lose this violet from overwatering, you can use some method and dry this soil. And here I will show you something. When I was buying this violet, I saw that most of its leaves gone from the overwatering, but still the center of the plant was okay. And even I found one leaf here which it fall and it started growing its new roots. You see, they automatically propagate from the leaves, even nobody plants them. And what we can do in this case, we have to clean this dry flower spikes. We have to clean. And what I did when I was buying, I opened this and I checked the center of the plant. I did this and I checked the center. Nothing was happened with this violet, and when I brought it home, I left it in this bag. They are still in these bags, and here today I noticed that the center of this violet, only one leaf, not the center, but here from the center, it's one leaf started decaying here, but the middle of the violet, the main part, is still healthy. Do you see that? Only one leaf here started decaying, and I have to remove this, and I have to take the soil, part of the soil, and to free these violet leaves. They are planted very deep. When they are sitting in the soil so deep, anytime when you overwater, these leaves, they die. That's why this violet lost most of its leaves. Now it's left with few leaves, as you see in this case. Here, this violet leaf we can put separate in the cup and have babies from this violet leaf. It was here in this pot. Nobody planted it. It fell and it started growing its root. I am leaving it here for now. Later I will show you how to plant it. And this pot, these are also good. I checked everything. Even this one started growing suckers here. It depends from us if we want to propagate and have another violet from this species. We can leave them until they grow, but they are already grown up, and you see here we can see 3 heads of violet. This is one head, and this is the second one, and this is the third one. We can divide this violet and make from this violet 3 violets. That way they grow pretty and healthy if we separate. Otherwise, this violet cannot bloom in the future, or even if blooms, it doesn't bloom much. It doesn't fill the hair. And what I wanna tell you, this pot is big pot, 6-inch pot. These are 4-inch pots, and this is 6-inch pot. They overwatered these pots, all these pots. They put too much water. They were soggy, and still they are not dry. Still they are wet. But this pot is different. They over dried this pot. And what happened with this violet, I will show you. Most of its leaves, they started dying from the lack of water. They are dry. They wanna drink. Do you see these leaves? They are dry, like chips, crispy. See? They didn't put any water even from the topsoil. You can see that it's extra dry, extremely dry. And here you see most of the leaves, they died. It's too dry, this violet, and we have to clean and make order here. Yesterday I put some water, not much, and I have to clean and give it beautiful, nice look. And in this case we have to be careful, very careful to water, because if we water it much, this violet can die from the watering. Here, this violet also is healthy. It lost couple of leaves, not much. Here you see, not much. What I want to tell you, these violets are very easy to care, and somebody who wants to start growing African violets, I recommend them to start with this kind of violets which are on clearance. It's very good start for those who wants to grow African violets, because they don't pay much for these African violets. And there you see, beautiful, they have beautiful flowers. They started blooming in my house. At that time I didn't see a couple of them. I saw this violet flower that day when I was buying, but most of them, they bloomed in my house. They were dry, and I didn't look what kind of flower they have, because it's very cheap. For $1 you can pay $1, and you are not losing anything if you buy this. Even it's extra, even if you have this kind of violet in your house, still they are pretty. I noticed something from the Lowe's when I was most of the time I go to Lowe's to buy something, and I see that sometimes they put violets on clearance. And next time when I go, I see that violets again there, but in a horrible situation. Nobody takes care of them because they are on clearance already, and some of them, they die from the over drying. And if you find this kind of violets on Lowe's on time, you have to buy, because they will die there, and $1 is nothing to pay for this kind of beautiful flowers. They will bloom soon. I will update when they will start blooming again. Usually violets, African violets, they grow new leaves, and under the leaves they have new buds. They grow leaves, and every time when they grow new leaves, they grow their flowers at the same time. And this kind of African violets, which I have on top of my table, they are very difficult for the beginners. If you are a beginner, you better start from the violets which they sell in the stores. It's better not to order from online and have beautiful, varieties of African violets. You don't need to rush, because you have to learn how to deal with your African violets first, with simple ones, and then later, when you start learning how much water you can put, or when you have to water them, when you can fertilize them, and when they bloom for you, when they don't bloom for you, when you learn everything from them, you can order and fill your collection with African violets. As you see, I have here some varieties, and I killed them already. I bought them and I planted them in wrong pots, and I killed, and I planted their leaves. Good, I know how to propagate African violets from the leaves, because I started growing African violets from leaf propagation. And varietal African violets, usually they don't sell on the local stores. This kind of African violets you never find in the local stores. I never saw them, and you can only order them or buy in some places where they have African violets, but in our state I never met in the stores varietal African violets. And here I showed you in my previous videos this violet. I overwatered that and I saved it. Good, I finished with success. And these I never killed them, they're still alive since I bought them, and I propagated their leaves also. And it's easy to deal with these violets than that ones, because they don't give babies fast. You have to wait, sometimes 6 months, sometimes they give babies. It depends from the leaf, from the time when you propagate them. And that's why to be how to say, not to lose anything. If you are a beginner, you have to start from this kind of violets which are on sale, and at the same time you save these violets from dying. At the store they will die anyway if nobody buys them, and you can learn from them how to deal with African violets. Then later you can fill your collection with different varieties of African violets. You can order online, or you can buy from people who grow varietal African violets. And I wanted to show you something, and I will show you now. We had here leaf which started growing its root here. It has roots, and now I will plant it in separate pot. This kind of dry flower spikes we take out. And do you see how small leaves they have? Each flower spike, they have tiny leaves like this. And from these flower spikes we can propagate African violets too. And here where I see something that I will show you now. I will remove it. This one has bigger leaves. Do you see this? These flower spikes, it has two big leaves. If you compare with these leaves, do you see the difference? From the same violet, and these are bigger leaves. And what we can do, we can clean this part, and this part we can propagate. We can plant it. Like this. We put in a soil and it will root, and you will have the same variety of African violet if you propagate from the flower spike. Nothing will be changed, nothing will be different. Sometimes when you propagate from the leaf, you can get different flower than the mother plant. But if you propagate from the flower spike, you will get exactly the copy of this violet. And this flower I can leave, or I can remove it. And anyway, we cannot see this. It's better to remove, because this violet will focus to grow these new leaves, and it will grow new buds, flower buds. This way I will clean everything. You see, it's now looking better, and we have soil on the leaves. This kind of dry leaves we have to remove from the pot, and we do with all these pots. And here I will remove everything there, and I will push this leaf stem little bit from the close to the stem, main stem, and I will take the whole leaf. Nothing is left from this leaf. I took everything. It's better to remove everything. Here we have suckers here. I will leave this because this is different, which I don't have in my collection. It has, you see these leaves, it has beautiful leaves, wavy leaves. It's different. I don't have this kind of violet in my collection. That's why I am gonna leave this sucker. I will not remove this sucker. When it gets bigger size, I will carefully take it out and make 2 violets from this violet. And it has here too, it has lots of suckers. I see now. Yeah, here another sucker. Here, do you see this small African violet baby? This is sucker, and if you leave, it will grow and you can have the copy of this violet, and it will bloom exactly like mother violet. And this is extra soil, and even it has too much salt on top. It's better if I take out this topsoil. Now I finished cleaning all of the violets, and I found some leaves, broken leaves, and I can propagate from these leaves. Who is watching my videos all the time, they know my technique, and who is first in my channel, they can watch my previous videos that I propagate the violet leaf from any size. If even they don't have any stem, they root very well and they give babies. I just put them in the soil like this, and this is from this violet. I can put here with this violet, or I can plant it separate in other pot, but to this pot it will not go because it's already moist. And here I can plant them together in this pot. I don't need this leaves, but I'm showing you how to deal with this kind of broken leaves. And I water a little bit. From the back I have to water a little bit to make the topsoil moist, and this vermiculite and perlite mix, it doesn't move from side to side. When I water them, before watering they move, and from that you know when to water your violet leaves. If they start moving from side to side, it's time to water them. And now you see how pretty look they have. And this one which started decaying, the center leaf, I removed with the tip of the knife. I put knife tip and I removed that leaf carefully. I didn't damage any of these leaves. If I try to remove with my finger can press these leaves and break them. That's why I did with the tip of the knife, or you can do with toothpick or something, whatever is comfortable for you. Now look at these violets. Nobody tells you that they were on clearance. Nothing wrong with them. If you know how to take care of these violets, you will give them beautiful look and they will grow and bloom for you. If you found something beneficial from my videos, please subscribe my channel. Happy gardening. Bye. See you next time.